من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
Well, I'm not so sorry. The midfield action in free Kessben 3.3 live on Kessben television. Ya debra munyina ene anopa yenyina so ma munyina ache cheche obia odi na fidi ato ha munyina munim sa anopa agudi munsam ena be transcend ebremu free nonkono apem komso dumie no bebo na ali baba dankambari enso de ne de ebe breye ye ma munyina achibio ma munyina kwaba eba midfield action ye nchere ho kura Tony atrase ye nkono ho na onfana mano ni nsam no emre intentem na fe abidafo emabem alhaj ashai baba enso ewra ni na no ye de hunsem ebebrem lawyer kwale sofuba ono so studio ha na chiri mini atabo ku de nsem kakra betuda Tony
awodwina
lawyer otu onim no
kakra
okay
mwana mama me hu no
okay
de na mu keka na
keka na okay de ni aka wa TV
am de ni so yesofuba
na de biom ni aka ho
na wajinsemu kakra
oh very good Tony I na ka you to be bold in yes so wajinsemu say contempt dia benti awesome tia break kakra wadaro lawyer di o kasa careful wajinsemu
nti wadaroma
asebo de bi kwa bitumi go
eno ne hu
so lawyer jinzemu ni papa ye sofo ono ajizemu odeko
kakra
o se contempt so ti odeko
meti contempt ni yo meti break
ediyego
okay wali ejina we snya sama ekoso enkofo ekros ye nhama nem sana say enfan free Formula 1 ye rem so Formula 1 dia ye nwem our Ferrari for enso aso de ba ene say Sebastian Vettel entime agree say de ba ene say 2020 year and Vettel no contract to Ferrari no eno enso ebetime 5 years and we since 2015 no enso etim join no man say de ba ene say entime agree say contract we win 2020 ono enso I'm betting happen baby afa no ya 4-time world champion there but and say Ferrari for a replacement a 6 times world champion Lewis Hamilton or from Mercedes and so team abe replace no of Ferrari na bibia and so team akoso come on and any news here the air amane sana say well if I'm trust ni enko soccer here rem all soccer Saturday and a German league no and so air shall say den na Stefan Effenberg a former captain Emma Birmingham no and so akasa was so no and who documents be am DFL no at Akoma clubs are enso a poligrisa enhwesona for Saturday selegne shasia enso enti observe sa protocols are e betim aba na oka de o se bi wo ha enhye da make sense o se sa odwene ho a wonti decisions am DFL no enso da Akoma clubs no odwene ho a onti ase baako and it's Osha Gola, I'm a teammate Nintimi Manche and on me celebrity now on Kwau Jujina on Atasa Jubilee was a dear a betim abwa na a make sense beer and Twasumu and which was so kind said dear Fernon I catch a place and say any quan say I'm handshake etim ekoso so I shall go na obi am a high five say minia why dear pa and I say beer I'm on team and hagu teammate all Sunday my name dear and no so etim make sense beer enti alright so German League Nisha corner kick eba ebetimi defending saying already be him corner kick eba na just akwa rush hour na defenders any attackers no enso area so enti according to Stefan Effenberg former captain Emma Birmingham so ohwe nyame adoma Saturday league ni ehase a players no attitude a enso ebetimi show our park no so eno adam but we just set 20 teams no our Premier League meeting enso team ekoso come on a lot of discussions let team ekoso ene duade ba and it's teams na kasa any players no and so a video conference meeting na Manchester for ebetim ayamodie Chelsea ebetim ayamodie and Leicester City Liverpool Man City any clubs akano obi anso ni players no ebetim ahia WhatsApp and also video conference meeting na eno enso etimi akoso na players omo hu and for more concerns kakra no omo enso etim raise my teams no etim jot down our the next meeting no 20 clubs ni ahia bi ma na omo the concerns players no enso etim raise no e dey ato Premier League nanim say and a place ye show no enso etimi ede atoja ebe 48 be take 2 days na face our conference meeting clubs no eno place ne betimi aye no enso etimi abane ewie ye kama nenya a project restart Premier League no enso be say 92 games aka no enso edi ewie season no na no na Gary Neville and also Sky Sports ensan training or your former player Emma Manchester United also abapon kasa bebre also when near man Sunday Prime Minister Edbert Tuja na ora Boris Johnson one camp Premier League no sense bia na enran 20 Premier League clubs a video conference meeting na and taking major decision bia already on very sure set project restart in June a betting abua or company for any ample time na league no Salambesi Ashas no etim ekwa crowd ebia July bi na team adjourn selling very possible say enso ebetim abanebum as a June there so Elisa Premier League no enso ebetim abo afia kwa club issues na kwa Chelsea for enso aso ye Antonio Conte former manager Emma Chelsea Football Club no so ebo John Terry Abaso and no na JT etim ebo na 717th game and ekwa the last game team boy enso Emma Liverpool and Bobo Kennedy Eddie Chelsea John Terry enso etim retire every Chelsea enso club no na Antonio Conte so Bonabaso or say say and don't know not just a player and share any bimbo Nancy on and off the field no or 1 year pa training sessions across so abribiano na John Terry or team eboa coach no na for players no concentration na a team across match day say JT anya bia mampa or chair more than or chair assistant coaching po na ono enso any players ni ekasa enti Antonio Conte say player back one am obon on the first season Chelsea Bobo Kono enso am signing nakasa JT John Terry for short JT for long no enso there ba enso any say Antonio Conte enso Bonabaso for man no enso team Edenera bra the first season team Ebene manage Chelsea enso football club no and now I'm across social media and right Instagram I'm for the color editing attempt no and a former Arsenal player no enso say also so try more den enso etimi command phobia omodien omuso ba ne so ba social media na omodo color enso edi watimi kwan sample for etim ejama sanko for etim ecos scot free then also so try enso etim eba ye come Manchester for enso so yan am era one Bisaka any Timothy for Sumensa enwada omomienu eco school bi mu ekoye training there ba enso ne samotimi call St Ambrose College and no ewo cheshe na awko training awana school authorities no enso etime ba yan emom red card enti enwada am kay football match kabeske ya send off enti sa two players enso etim enya am sending off rabra school authorities no enso etime kasa mema muntim entraining ha enti era one Bisaka any Timothy Ofosumensa enwa omomenu etim ekabom am ekoya live training ewo St Ambrose College no enwa school authorities no enso etim ebepamo enso efro na Frank Lampard the greatest weapon kobasa Premier League no obasan so abobi man am player ba ko be use nipa Robin Loftus-Cheek no ene say Chelsea player obamu secret weapon kobasa league no eno enso ebe shase bi man oye player very fast oni mpo no enso ebo na all form pa on to say opera enyame adoma se ne ho etim atono so kobasa Premier League ne eba so a Chelsea omo weapon kese a Frank Lampard ebe so use Robin Loftus-Cheek say wa koye mura booster edi amatime sanse ne ho enso etim atono Mesut Ozil ni agent so ababonten so mo deal Omuni Adwimbia so omu free Arsenal Football Club say I'm summer 2021 and I'm Mesut Ozil the contract no and enso ebe with Arsenal Football Club or no any player Ajisika Kessia power the Ghana is £350,000 a week in just 7 days no na player no so akwaje na wakodi ni kwa na there and say I'm on to sign a contract ebe team ewu no oni Adwimbia say be a summer year and I say next year January obetim every Arsenal obeso serve the contract ni ewie deku kra and be free Arsenal Football Club on enso etim every ho afeju for make the clear some there omoni plan biare sika sama kwakwa den and am COVID-19 pa players no market ya enso etitis no any plan bia so kofa a major signing enso etim e the next year into report ni chairman Belgian pastor Paul Pogba am sama you obetim make move akobo edi ama Juve say Juve for no person betua player bia more than £150,000 a week communal signing bia on enso ebetim aba Adrian Rabiot so DNT of that France on my Italy any even in between or teaching says a year also get 28 million pounds now says so much so by 7 million I'm COVID-19 then so I got 21 million pounds so this says cano and ya do a junior one or no and so 8 atias here after your con I'm Dennis Suarez a former Arsenal player now I basta player loan last year Emma the Gunners or said DNT 1 year successful Arsenal and said na Ipra and so Edinyan Oko Premier League now only 67 minutes combined and I play 18 a boy and I feel Europa League so 28 minutes and I Dennis Suarez 18 a boy Emma Arsenal Football Club was see a print Arsenal for and so Enshadan Enyane so Enfa so be and so Hormone I feel question I'm Torino Football Club and so at the banners Aquamu Stadium Hall and so at the boy Banechi and I feel I'm Italian Serie A officials next say I'm COVID-19 Yenya vaccine yadi no Yenya no dradent no somewhere Amasri A League ni 18 ebaso and Torino fans ne dey almost some for say league no omo enso ebetimi abo na no ana Fiorentina CEO Ora Joseph Baron enso ekasa oso no dey onje enmafofobia entum sa e bobo biem 85 substitutions nya dey a ogituma ebe ya award winner
today boy you know I do as a break up I know Tony Montana
award winner
all right and that's sorry quite now come be kifa how far about for no sense kakra emre kwame so bokye
na me adumo na so
ah we yemsisu wo betra
oh Debbie
Fabra say what you
say me trust me by my street me be say me trust
what you say me can be
oh no so say see settle be we
no backward na me
backward sa ba biom
debre ne do ma
or relax tiene man catch ya for me call obi na me su me go
why me fan go in bajo
oh eno baby o kan wa asem no
wo ko bi
oh yeah
all right dem fa bottle pine go
oh kwa o so di bibi ko
yeah
how but so who di bibi the free or buy
say if from do la carry from big
ene pone ho mame pone ho kakra mame pone udi no kakra mame la me fa nko na me sim fa bibi mra Joe Laka
yeah
na de kuta wi
me ba me show me na me ka say good because no be jane how di my fast am fa
wa fan ka de kwen ka de kwen
na me busa say na we have the bad ya
there be missing ka also ye fast afa o de kwen
come security no for mo say we have jane good ali
baba na de beto
ali baba da gaba
ai
obi di ko bu obi ana
obi di bu nkrofo krom uzo hu as gold pepe abushie gudi obi o honti be sia e o kejetia
serious
I'm telling you say kwade adum first na shen
yeah come on
ya tai
vanto e because when you gold I can go security for so
omnya nai
so we have jane gold ha yo mo fancy
ensie ma o
on fancy mfanto bia ne bakona bazod we program o jane gold ha all right into e beto aso okay lawyer quality dey na bema obi akọ minim say asem we be pie court abe issue kasia obi free Germany yanwo no Germany mikibra na obaba we catch say yanwo no Germany na what ma faso de abunkofo sani pa no mrem yemetimi ahana to be a report na making what
oh yes
oh ya nwuno obedada ase yewuro
no
ene wa faso no de
se o faso am aginadi se fraud no se ye bo charge na ensem a epipi ne bi ne se wo mu obi agi adi se ade na se me beti se am se me Joe Laka na se den je se me Joe Laka the first wo hu me o TV so a mete ahanum no di wagi adi be catch eno na omo faso nti obo omo bo charge say defrauding by false pretense
okay
so wo my nipa ji atum say wo ye nipa a wonye
okay
nti
yetimi chiro
wo so ye hone
ko dem so what cry say ga
miki dey say enka by na cause why you
say go dem gra okay all right alaji baba say
sejo
that is say
sejo nyame adaro
eri nyanko po asipa
inshallah
nene na deba
sejo mami fa free Atebubu Express of Atebubu on the down what say Elmina Sharks players apologize to the management
Sir.
I say omo kase see a 50% player pay cut. Na shit have
yes paper no ni mu asem no mu ye de
the abane say president kura gia tum say sa story no enye no to mo e salary buy no mo 100% ya ntiba kura
ate bu yo kan fa sima ba
ate bu stretch
you ba me kwenkwe we pesi me ya ye okay o de ko
say do people say the odi abano no
mati
me so me sources so me doubt
okay
say do we na hinso Korea de la Sport was say Abusua Drafts denies player pay cut system. Phobia Corner has board to choose an assistant coach. Where the energy brekum bravo in your printing no a chire hono ne sembo no se gise tuo or ye say was say Kotoko will bounce back to the winning ways in Africa. One I can say
the energy tube ba ko to ye no the energy tube ko to ye okay I'm move ya
one shot
on my okay no they are that people
nipa o kan sa asem no sejo nti say no oda to say brekum
no so me chechem na che lawyer
ati sejo we say no ugu bi adwuma
no me ugu bi adwuma so we dey koso brekum nipa na wa bre printing press what I see and what people say about so it is all down to there no anya dbia say energy
just the energy yo just it you
koi
nipo kan sa asem no bibi nti ma fa ni di na enche baby we for the Kahuta Sabu Zongo Ababa Street we ba woni ji ma wa ba Kotoko Allah da sun tashi wasasa de Kotoko eni chirbi enche bia kikiri wom no ya me pombe sore abegina mo na so Fadi Kahuta Sabu Zongo Ababa Street kan to do mo na e de bae se jo ma me ko Botuku Express
no di chatwo
na de abriye kura ma na upame
okay me pamo
and na so de microphone hu so sa brobe na upampa me
okay
we Botuku Express was say Ligue du Ghana la conciliation l'appel la car de la cation la soie monsieur de Macor sa machité de Africa c'est jo Botuku Express editor no say Ligue Ghana Ligue twoma be ni yawo itwemo ben ya papa
ade
basa first and second teams no o ma Ligue eduana da first me dem da second basa o ma bragu
okay
sana people no ka
no so mo kura de a hyem ho nkom so mo na mo baji league no
ha ne ni pokora no hu se ayi COVID-19 be wa be say game yi sejo we la proca was a club du Ghana soit là-bas frication au tout la mois obrier quoi fila quoi du tamale chemise l'accord was un gros vonet di tamale chesse no wache o tamale chesse no mo di wache papa
enzo ni vo
Kotoko
tamale chesse
so mko sha has 3-1 no janas ba eja league ni boni ja ba no msie ni ye o 3-1 eno aka fa no fare fe no motom edmonaka okono se mra ne se Kotoko ana eko
na ubize easy so ba has for 3 on
sejo ena this year so
what 3 goals ago at for
sejo this year so no COVID-19 so on so no esa ba se GF so mo twa league msie kim chamale shares no on beka sa to nti sejo ka kwa se wa o se afidi enye yi wona munyimani
okay
abriye aussi la Simba de club de Tanzania c'est Michel Lama la continuation fou là-bas la cocody bon d'accord c'est tout moi monsieur c'est Joe aussi Yakuba onim Tanzania club we say from Simba club na omo ese omo de letter no emienu ba ko hela no omo de team so se obi mpa obi pe na ko akire so a Yakuba na chiri futu cha me aka
all right
se jo so omo de letter no ba se be si manager so minim omo so be fana ko mini position ho do bit much goes more Yakuba
Alaj Baba Shaya Nasi. Nasi Anope.
Say you that.
Na minkase me de lawyer ba no mo uza kwachizo. Asemu. Wafa please, did you invite the lawyer to the studio? Yes. Kindly tell him his good lady friend who works at GIPS, GHIPPS. I've been looking for him. I'm just a carrier of the message. Sledge. Who will be a friend, Sledge?
Wait, on say, Intina Yanko Pon or Shisha Bibia Pepe. Warrior non kamikaze article. Na near Jifuya or test it. I so crowd would you think what testing your papa back for a show? Roti. It is a crack about mankind, all right. Jeffrey Asari, Ewaha, Franco Naru, Ewaha. And I feel lawyer Marcus Suffering cry about the car. Yeah, but it's here. Okay, Yamran Tantam na your messages no kakra be na your phone share foreign source no kakra 958 no and to us. It's serious. How the COVID case is increasing in Ghana. I think now all is about protect yourself. Pato Land Service Ashtown and Eddie we Eddie Kai Abraham Pato. Good morning. Didi we free Kumadan. And so Abekan Yensa. Sincerely, I always credit Champion for making us go the force to reckon with today, because he took over a struggling team which miraculously escaped relegation. So I was elated when I heard some Ash Gold fans collectively agree to apologize and make peace with the club's president. That was wisdom and highly applaudable, because Champion has invested mountainously in the team. However, I humbly want Champion and his new management to understand that anyone could be prevented from urinating inside the bathroom, but not the one bathing. As goal fans are the only constant variables in the team, so they should recognize the supporters chairman in the management. Boss, no matter how big a foul could be, it still needs feathers to prove its beauty. And fans are always the showcasing brand of any system, of any team. Happy birthday to Mr. Little, Kessben Sports Annex. Didi there out there about and many guys can sledge there no or attack quality, but and there mean sign emfa emba. We see good morning. My question was not addressed yesterday. What can an individual Ghanaian do in law to stop this current GFA boss and his office from mismanaging our funds? And the show of incompetence is by his cronies and friends. It pains me that his promise game changer in quotes is a false and deceitful one. Kofituo Edwefri Elubo and Abreye. Maminko Ortega the way free Stanbic Bank. Good morning, Joe. Please, why should people be surprised to see Mr. Joe Abepobi accompanying Dr. Kwame Che to meet with the committee yesterday? Mr. Pobi is on record as saying that the doctor offered him as Andiko Doko's CEO job, but he declined. So people shouldn't be surprised seeing them at Manshia. Hey, John Sabu Al Hassan versus Kujofianu, part 1 and 2. Interesting times ahead. Wait for there. Okay. Young Komra. Now, Yanko Alaji Mama Salia. Wenchi Banda Line. If you're good morning, Sir Joe. I hope you and your team of panelists are doing extremely good. I followed you keenly since your days at Fox FM all the way to Angel FM and back to Kessben FM. One thing I've realized about you is that you make people who work with you become stars and household names in the industry. You are never an I-read person. Now, this is the scoreboard of your guys at Kessben for you. Atapoku is the king of distraction on the show. Mr. Franco Naro is the peacemaker on the show. Anytime there is a heated argument and he's easygoing. Senior Frederick Champo is the Administrator General and Diplomat, with Jeffrey Asari being the Dean of Analysis, with emphasis on all details. Anyway, Joe, my question on hooligans and hooliganism remains unanswered. Do that now, boss. Alaji Mama,
if you are the also the buy no icon the only buy question iconic icon okay later and also now ohinaku also the way abra I salute you all. I salute you all. Joe, if the league is nullified today, would the GFA use the NC's competition or the preceding league to get Ghana's reps for Africa? Joe, people should take COVID-19 serious and observe all the state protocols. Ohinaku senior house master or say Chichwe senior high school. Ohinaku natisay yama chipa Michael Ababio minimum message any lawyer yi anobeye ya papa the Michael Ababio edi eba no osai Kwame Kuma Exposito hey who you see you boss now that the major leagues are about to start we need a good analysis and some correct scores from Atapoku to do our own thing. God bless Kessben Sports crew. We if you say Kwame Kuma say and who know I come pa. All right. Yamfa and also NCR please Joe it's me Evans aka R9 watching you live from Bompieso at Prisia, Huni Valley District. My greetings to my sister, sweet mother Choba, Elvis, Alaska. I'll bring you gold when I'm coming to Kumasi. Hey, now I'll go. I don't know. Okay, Bobby Short, yo, Shahunsu, but baby also want Bompieso, Prisia, Huni Valley District. Oh yeah, R9 Mawa. Okay.
Nice girls.
Enti said abidi kan no Atapoku wa ha Samson Jefferson wa ha and Franco Naro and so e wa ha emphasize so tentem lawyer Adumako abekan sa enti bibia e fam rasem hu bia no minimum dey so ready so be answer then e course wo menhia so de bia no anu nya info kra
Seju
yeah
eno ani e compare
okay
kasa me come ya na chese me come ye but my main kasa committee no mami lady and cancer committee no
yeah
they are serious
wow
very very serious
wow
painful mo to mo nsa frɛ mo no oba yebedi kan ma briefing
okay
ni a kyerɛ botaye nti a yebedi sa adwuma no
okay
na afi ya mo wa hyɛbɔ wa soe
oh
se bible na de be so a obesoe say ensem na wo be kan kyerɛ wo no o ma me twa ntro nokre ene nokre trudo na wo be kan kyerɛ wo
okay
esanse dwumadie na omudi no enye ankran bi nti na omudi sa adwuma no on nyina gitum se sene kotokotie ni no enye sa na dodo na apɛ no bibia to kyema nto mo hwehwɛ de ato kyema no mo hwɛ kwan be fa so a on be ye no ma ye ni yi
okay
da chinti enti me ma me twa ntro di onim ka
yeah
question e baby say ususu se wonim answer ana orefi no kan sa pepepe no musa ka kire om biem say enkita hudi a ye ne wudie eni kwa say free wa no koto obi anim
okay
empie na interestingly they will make you know say discussion money obi a ye ne different questions the baby sir e be a professor che different from the baby sir George Amako the baby sir Maswell enti asem e be free ato no mbe hu nipa kro mo ne di san komo no enti free na so ye eliki
okay
so they make sure say e very tight omu boy adwuma mu bisa questions near the bar for now I'm sure say simple what be some of them will be even unfair to the system and the purpose of what they are doing now. So be jumping gun. So be kick and some. I'm so much happy with the process now. Okay.
I'm fan diagro.
And yagudi asem. When we say in camera, so the legal term. What's a camera no? Abonte de ubehu. But camera inside. When who camera inside angaza.
Oh, okay.
Camera na esi ono the emuno until when we say an event is taking place in camera as a trenzo mo mu share inside ne pe eni huni wo
okay
ba bonten so fo nyam dia o mu wie no mu sone so a na de o mpeso mu de ma bonten so fo no Omuso de be ma manfo.
Okay. I see. General him for the koi.
Oh, and Raminim say,
boy, him say committees be brave. Atnase titru abai committees ni commissions a wono. Ma transia na yenim say omo say minim level omo wo ana say minim it is a high court.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The recommendations be brave about bontia. Yadi a share a ima kata so. But me sure say that committee with here. Omo ye serious people.
Onse we say no.
Me be film baby so no. Yes.
Enura Ankasa no. Na mama Lady Ankasa was even surprised say enkrofo mu ba committee nenim no. Public.
Say public
for yesterday.
No public say.
So mu enura mu committee. She did it. Oh yeah. It was
okay,
omo frɛ omo.
Okay.
Send the way no. Nze no akoto kwa NCC ne tweet.
Okay.
Ama atakra bobo so wa.
Okay kan enra de na omo ko nyina no da bonti.
Ono na ye ne ngonwa kakra. Nom ka chense de ni ko say ne ngonwa because obi e ko bekra.
Abakra. I say na we abakra we. We dey so adavo. Abakra o busuafo. Abakra oba. Nti omo so onamvo.
Nti do ko ni de obeko.
Okay.
No general manager was there.
Kuka okay.
Maso
Kunadu. George Amwako enso ko.
Professor Chi.
The committee enso ko. Okay.
I know say opokunti omune ne be kasa via Skype.
Okay.
And answer be any of these video George Kennedy so is expected. Administrations. Okay. It's not Professor Che administration that is being investigated.
Okay.
It's Kotoko affairs that is being investigated.
Okay.
Looking for problems and then they will suggest recommendations going forward.
I see. Now omo the omo lawyer for kwa na. What if a lawyer for the Omoko?
Camera here, the lawyers are really.
Jose, the
lawyers are not as black.
David.
Me can't wait based on that.
Because me say bidi, me busake ke ama man for outside. Because me say bidi lawyer koi.
Choice.
A matter of choice.
Yes, I'm saying this because of what transpired during the 2014 World Cup Commission. That because of certain information they want to extract from 5 members of the FA, there's got to be made it clear that they don't want them to have their lawyers there in camera.
There's no way. We hope our lawyer ko open so our fanko. Then say no. Ko menya nje e be the lawyer ko e. Obi say the committee or the lawyer the ko e. Bisu ko e o man fa lawyer fanko.
Say we committee and say we so the difference in terms of what their terms of reference are differ.
Okay.
And I hope bisu o first of all, information person extra different with what you respect is the person's level of understanding about those issues. So you need to be aided.
Yeah.
Frank Robert Timia called the committee without being aided by a lawyer.
Okay.
So they are say to be certain say Nema Okana and Kofa Sembiamba. But I do. Now to the reason why this is happening. Very big. Now the board is almost constituted. Now the membership is for a more huge stature, but a lot of them are more resourceful than Kwamichi. The reason is because there's going to be a 5-year project. So now this is the 5-year mandate, 5-year vision. And this is the way we are going to go about it. As to whether Professor Kwamichi, you chair the board, but as time goes on, further decisions as to somebody else on the board continuing, reserve for Mesia. But the reason why we are is said the board na bebano, me and then have a wonderful administrative program to work with the policy coming from Mesia IF 5 years now. Now, these are also as you and these are people who are not just wealthy, but people who are ready to dole out money. Say, I say $1 million for that. These are people who can easily give it out. And for the respect, ABIA level, no super chain, but I'm saying ABIA level. Secondly, amounts that has been secured by Menchia, I will not mention the figure, for the construction of the stadium project with all the needed facilities as well as what should be biano. On person making sure, sir, when this thing is finished, on be having a proper outfit. My board now working very smoothly to make sure that is executed. In fact, Menchia want the stadium to be constructed at a certain amount. There's some millions of dollars.
Menchia ever fat on also.
Yes, now Menchia will have more control on the club than before.
Wow.
So now you are going to do a lot of things based on normal policy direction. Then
that's big news, yeah.
So there's unlike before. So because of that, there's a committee a year Juma year Senabeya on creating a proper institution with proper administrative practices and procedures. And so the board will then begin to implement that very, very well.
Okay.
Now, Osaka Micho, who chairs the board, is made to understand that that is the way to go. And that he has to prune himself. The reason being that he's not worked with a board before, so there are different dynamics. And there OT CSL only board the only board in the operations. So this is the reason why the committee is doing that job, and then the board will then these are the 5-year project they are going to do, and then also the funding, like I said, is almost 90% secured. Several millions of dollars for the construction of the stadium.
Wow. That
within 5 years that would have been done within that 5 years. Yes, okay. They are looking at one of Shadako Jachi, but also Sassino, Tama Sylvester Sarusuna, Bantamani Siano, Echo Emma, yeah, fencing. One was the Siamo Assassin Bibri. That was way back in 2007. And so they are looking at Oma consider since Omukadabuja training attendance of supporters to even training is an issue. Either on Bay or assassins or they will look at assassin so they will look at a venue a more central large scale of land to do that. But they are considering Adagojachi. But Omusha assassin either say unbetia compensations to most of the houses around it and get it down there.
Okay.
And now some of them move here.
In fact, the letter inviting Microphone, letter na to in frame Mobile Committee in any is the say Oba Opeso do lawyer bar which made the back. So Pensua wa to me ba.
Okay. Enti na chese enonso enono na omo ba na omo kakra omo ire na yeso ya TV no kakra omo na mvu no ya tese omo kakra ya na ja omo so aka edmonaka ebekode matise can only one
in every committee, no, but it's not supposed to be. Who they're supposed to be in that kind of
this is a chips also.
Yes,
okay. Lord, and now Kuko Hubiano. Then he has a making. Lord Marco.
Oh, I know the meeting can was.
Then I'm out of Rabbi.
There's a commercial free.
I know, but
my papa Tiamina.
I know.
Eja, the bar me hair bush for any idea. If you answer my bar, I bet you.
Trono,
na I didn't know no Beko Hobby. I
don't count me follow Uncle. I do be for one as a lawyer
for Brukumas.
So
me, maybe the Maba Kumas, maybe have a bush.
All right.
Me friend and Nicacana.
Fine with me.
Lawyer do Kuati. Danse Kotokonium for Obo Mupa.
We know Baccac because Boko because Kotoko on Yaj Mama Kotoko. If it's a Safuduku, a coin baby tonight. Lawyer Penia, unofficial capacity. Kotoko lawyer. Oh, Bomu, Bobo. I'm me, very
because there's nothing like unofficial. The point is this: may my boy for Kotoko.
So come with
it. Okay. Although the same Man United, Metegana has still mutual dues.
Okay.
So there are certain things that so do come.
Utias Karugu.
But the point is that I mean say talent be and I say nimdie bi and as a supporter and I say ufri say bibi corner between aboa. I mean why would you sit down for this say yabe frɛ say yama appointment and based on in fact and yet this current administration before underground I used to work for Koto. I just remember the end say the way I know my city I do not want into my and my kind of pay at you be our friend whether in private or my catcher say I do not want to have any tag. I just when I am available I'll work for Kotoko. If I am not intimately unofficial, if I am available now, if we say meeting up, because Kumasins and Semibri, I mean the way and I know we show you so cry and Obia to me, but to be any me. That is how I do my radio lawyer, Obia, Akran, and Obia. That's how I do my because it did
okay.
So Jumabu our fato so you because a foot to first, the foot to Papa de Mamma say a dinner. Media tools no and no me didi nti no so ho na also ye dey obedidi and that is how they to my so me said kwaku adomako and
no didi no
that's why one am didi na anya no na me dey call manima me call school
because I say now papa didi ho
no didi ho na me ma be didi ho because ono dey adomako senior me so adomako junior
na was the didi su ya
o dey be program na any we do na black me say the start e so so na jani akọ
nti ni nya ne say
be come 5 years abo bonus man
ni nya ne say that is what it is nti emwa bia wo mu no we come in and we help but and yes obi atonensa frɛ sɛ bɛyɛ adwuma makɔtɔkɔ
ɛnoa pepepepe na rukan no anyway different way ni ɔsɛ safutu kukoye no wona ade ɛfa omo legal problems ni wa nyina no omo de bro
did you make us
is it not true
did you make us enye ni say there to say lawyer boafo eboa there are other lawyers omo say yakɔtɔkɔfo a omo so yɛ de eboa but there are certain particular issues bia
yes. All right. Okay. Yam fa no so NCA. Na usinra so ko so anku ene obi asem yate. All right, oba kumase. All right. Ye to so the amamo ye bako atabugo na
for me na idea.
So say atabugo I obi otie ya ni ye ka buzi. Atabugo wa ha the foreign source kakra betwa so na fi. But COVID-19 ene akosoro if in na 4,700 say na do 2 dollars and no but see yenya 427 new cases if in na a hard out of this okay mamin kind in Accra Ashanti region out of these 427 new cases in Ashanti region 307 now out of this 307 no Obuasin Kwenya 272 new cases
because of the aggressive testing.
Dr. Pasika Bwajina didn't say we had to do
aggressive testing.
Out of the 422 new cases no emu 307 every Ashanti and emu 272 free Obuasi. Obuasi remains the hottest spot where we have 272 new cases.
So you as a Chinese say 307 in Ashanti region. Obuasin Kwano afa 273 aka 35 pe. And at the rest of Ashanti afa 35.
Yeah. And the omo Obuasin kra bi frame busa me messages near the doctor we musunum komna pokunum say no kra na figures no. Alright official
27
but then I saw almost teaching before what the messages by say test na ekoso ho na massive and good ankasa testing kofosa unlike other places test do na ya be famo na kotesi no makonwuma we no makwa ha ndi Obuasi test no dosu ntina cases ni dosu on sa no
discover
sa na ekoso babia
babia benya
bi ka wo asem ena e pon em she da fa krum na me ko fa bantuma na me fa angel ani mu ha BBC school na wono so school na so I about asantima na me san fa ho se me sik gitia my goodness social distance na nya adwuma ho
thank you very much
ni pe gu ho no
debi anya hwe ya
ena mo share nose mark no omo no 30%
ebre so yitu ma bodwa
ase yitu ma bodwa ase ena omo fimfam musa wo so wo no se di pa oba
yeah it's some maybe I'm fa hon check
me se me hwe kra me timi hwe omo na se wo ka kra ko bo bi kem nyameni ebuafo
see
nyameni ebuafo
what's the case now
including omo titi basis tro omo ebi shebi baby brezu nse omo fa ho taxi drivers wa boa wa nse we yi ato na bodwase ama ho nyameni ebuafo
oboase de no say there were some things earlier yentimi am farmer bonten for obvious reasons, but I think this is the right time to say it. Okay, say oboase case ne start na say opanyi bia o tu kwan broni a o free UK buy na o di bia ba ho. Say you na nye broni o. It was a fellow black, a Ghanaian.
Wow.
Our penny wage member.
I see.
Okoba, he was going underground, going to their offices, going everywhere, including going to their hospital. Oba, 14 days later, and someone tested him so positive. So he had virtually
not damage our cost.
Omoko MD no mami no ho. Inti Oboase case no do na AGA workers, omo contractors, dependents of these people. And there was now here over the weekend there was a case there. I followed it closely. I know NMA GD said the hospital were friends at branch mission. Next be tested positive. And all the staff are in quarantine at the emergency unit of that hospital. Sajo Nikunu had tested positive earlier.
Wow.
OAG. So Oboase maybe figures in Temnuntino. When we were locking Tema, Kumasi, and Accra, we should have locked down Oboase. But the good thing is that by aggressively testing like this and isolating, we would go ahead of the virus.
Yeah.
Senkaya and the Sani at Nahudinia. The end IG for us is almost this facility naba amount for testing. The best way to fight this virus is to test aggressively, isolate, and then distance the people from spreading further. Hopefully things will be better.
Yeah, so what happens if Palmer wins the case at CAS? I want to know if it will or can affect our league. The Kahono Minkai. Wasan Beka said the lawyer relate to Kodwa Samoa of Black Stars and us and Ebusa say we edifree when
anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm saying Palmer case.
No,
I'm saying if they rule in his favor, what will happen is a presidential election, but it will not affect the executive council elections.
Okay.
That's what I say, because he was a candidate in the presidential election.
Okay. Do you have a Palmer win here?
Yes.
As Kufonde
yes.
By about 2 presidential
as if said presidential
okay.
So that's what is going to happen.
Okay. And I know if your question you answered. At I am foreign kakra.
And I'm meeting it to me also. No tension project restart versus operation sabotage. So be here any day, no yadom de omo kwa de faso. And some na na kan Saturday a na ojamu nyintu monte ne was. And run ebe omo why ni ma ne hu say clear. Just before the meeting, the FA called in. So after the meeting with UEFA, relegation scrapping, and as I said, Obianko relegation is off the table. Null and void is off the table. As soon as these two things are off the table, they are telling you they are going to use either finishing the season or point per game. So tension and say bottom 3 no and our bottom 6 no tension no. So you start statement not get Clark at the buy no. Now they have to listen to the way forward. They have only 2 options. Either they will play the season or they will cancel it. 2. You either finish the season or you cancel it. opesa o cancel kwan fa so cancel no mo de atro mo no. And it was so obvious. So I think it took away the tension.
Okay.
But Ushimwa, aside say bottom 6 no case mu raising no. Enra nkomo no chere say the prime minister and you see omo problem no. The man you who say e aban na force omo so omo mo. It is the British government that is forcing them. And this boy on the TV, Tyrone Minks, and no can say managing him pa. Also players no more no. ABC virus ni nto omo de nka ebenya nka maye mobile no. Na omo teams wo form the omo be ka bi pe yes omo suro relegation. Ne relegation omo suro. Ono Tyrone Minks two things. And I say it is safe. Ye mobile no. Relegation be ejuma. And I say it is not safe. And I agree perfectly with him. Who are playing in other teams. No mun na kasa reasons some of them are back up. We don't want Liverpool to win the league. Rafael Nedikan, Luke Shaw can be, Ferdinand Kirby, and Guy Neville stated, Tony Bekan. So see league no sure say because the Prime Minister can Sunday, it had nothing to do with football. Even when they had been briefing across board all TV people that the government was going to lift the lockdown for them to play for sport and other cultural activities. He was over there, and they was saying there, I say it will be unfair for us to relegate a team with points per game. Now this is the reality. The moment the coronavirus nearby, there was no way the league was going to end fairly. The only fair point here is that Yenoli envoy this season. You see, there is a critical question all of them are not answering. It's because of bias. Liverpool ain't enough points to win the Premier League, so we shouldn't give them the league title. Manchester United don't have enough points to be off relegation. Have you checked that? The more problem the lack of a unifying voice. Everybody is entrenched subjectively, but the bigger problem is that Solihull Mall Motors FC, Oma release players nibi, bear 5. By the time the Premier League will realize, then the League 2 and League 1 teams are on their way down. Not just down because Oma call maybe a conference and ABB, but Egu. And the earlier they stand up and understand the position of the government, the better. And the good thing is that the government has now decided to lift the hardline stance on neutral venues, and that they would allow them to play home and away on condition that they would guarantee that their fans will not come and converge at their places of games. So, and then you would have to even share medics, you would have to share police with the battle to survive this coronavirus era. But Enra meeting clearly showed one thing, that the FA showed leadership by taking away the very things that these clubs were brooding over. Now, if they give them all the things they need, I'm sure they would play. But the reality is this. If you they will start raising issues about players on more contract on the 30th of June. It is not an argument for the Premier League, because number of players who are leaving the Premier League post 30th of June kakrebi. But go to Championship League 1 and League 2. There are over 567 players on more contract due on the 30th of June. How do you resolve that? Because if you are playing on team for be a great deal pre-contract, in the process of finishing the season. So there are greater issues to look at compared to who wins what, who doesn't win what. The ultimate here is that unlike other countries, our music assembling to say England, England are facing existential crisis, and the reason is simple: the bonuses they pay is not sustainable with normal football. Our music no munya o TV no esododo, and Greg Clark no kind of statement now by telling the clubs that even with finishing the season, they would have to still pay money back to broadcasters. Yeah, boss season no crown, so moba, ombetia, omamba, ombetia baby. It's like it's incredible. Now, people who footballers in response now, their problem is that Matt Hancock, health secretary, no, yeah, say no the players in the BC TV so sika moje kakraka montete so mamos asembe ni yankwa ni Oscar. In taking these decisions, did they consult the footballers? No. So I've heard Danny Rose. So on the funny, So I say the Premier League will lift the morale of the nation. And funny, you see, maybe I won't tell us. The consultation with them has been far and few. Now, actually, mum and at the PFA and the LMA will be contacting them to get their views and all this. Whereas in every other place, this thing has been simplified. It's not say abo osuna ne ngomaso and yes omo issues because Prime Minister Bako otimika chom say if you can stay home, stay home. If you can't stay home, go out. If you can stay home and work. If you can't stay home, go out and work. In one breath, he's telling the natives, say, among for Tinefia no munya you so meet my Tinefia. In another breath, or catch him says, the Untimin Tinefia, Quajuma. Obey me about tennis and the golf. Tennis, you need one coach and then the player. Into two, you are okay. But about golf outside without somebody you don't know and that's own through household. So there isn't clarity in what they are doing in England. The only clarity they got yesterday was the fact that they don't have the option of null and void, and the relegation wouldn't be taken off. People will be relegated.
Okay, so you a quick one.
Yeah, okay.
You see, I think Qatar has been so unfair to Manchester United players. Say the only group of people. Or say the only group of people are or more can say a bot league no a Man U players. The current no more ball baby. Interestingly, in your own submission, you mentioned Danny Rose. Look, is it only Manchester United players who are talking about say?
Please, I didn't say that.
Oh, I heard you.
You didn't hear.
Unless maybe I didn't.
The only group in the null and void brigade are only point. And all they rally around is that Liverpool will lose the league title, and I'll be happy. So avoid the season.
Null and void brigade.
Matanaha Kapo Baba, Matanaha Aka Karim Brady.
Omuni now point, but the group many points.
Raphael on the points, and
I make us say,
maybe both didn't make a point.
The bottom line of Omuni and Semina say, life is at risk. Ute Gary Neville no be almost say until say you be sure say nipa nkwa you know football ne be amiemo. Listen to Danny Rose. Danny Rose Tottenham Hotspur player loan Newcastle. Listen to Raheem Sterling, Manchester City. Danny Rose say who say abayne say your boy be raising crofo moral. Me Danny Rose me person me using the words me fa ho ne obi moral. Nipa ewu a wo so obi morals. So be spirit bekosoro na until say you be sure say you save nipa omu ye infected ne beba form nipa ewu ne beba form no minyi ni say say you dream football we say you decorate enkrofo spirit amana kosoro. And I think that all those who think say we should hold on and be sure no, they are all talking about lives of people. They are all talking about lives of people. And say yo, they say they are aware of the problems that this island has had in the Bible. Yeah. But much at the other side. Exactly. So, it won't count. People have also not seen it. If we stop the league now, lockdown, no, what easy restrictions, you know, what easy restrictions, you know, on all pesa. But I'll show the other side. And I make say for a government near them, for you know, they're even looking at the economy and the money that comes into the economy. A be another situation here about lives, and which I agree, say Ghana, we are locked down, it be a 1 month continuous. It be a nipa, a kombe kumono, a bedos one say coronavirus or honum. But what I'm saying is that all other people now are talking about the lives of people. If you look at the league table, Man United is 5th, 4th position at Chelsea. Chelsea is 48, Man United is 45, 3 points separating them. What it means is that for United, you would wish the game continues so that at least you get a Champions League slot. Because United call 11 games undefeated and Sunday be closely a league. It with the momentum, no, you are sure say see a league now, a bimpa obenya Champions League spot. instance of better fifth nebia ye janisa. So it's not as if Manchester United do also not have but it's about the life of people.
Okay.
You can protocols can I finish this one? Let's wait for a protocol protocol a bit mama na possible say bebo football na microphone crowded and microphone humming woman for so na so me ko football na microphone be crowded near there. What justification are be preventing microphone say mom nko sorry
you ba papa wata
again I don't repeat, this is an offshoot of what happened on Saturday. I don't think I'm here Saturday way, and I'm repeating it. Nobody has been given the responsibility of protecting lives in England than the government of England. And if you had heard what they said yesterday, Nyomo Kainan is contingent on the curve going as it is. So where from this we understand that. People are wait.
What can several times here?
It's okay. Franco come. See, cases now are happening UK now. The trend, you know, and yet the crowd they say if I home ejane. The way nipa esi ewu UK no, omo crowd they omo yenya ho you know said they say they are here no after na UK for year. And a very critical na hono so no. I mean obi anim say the economy works. So come on Okura Manchester stadium even a entrance no crash serve as
source of revenue.
A billboard a generating sika even the gates. So now the question you ask yourself and say when obi akọ sign a contract say supporters need remember that is how you are able to sell. Now yes mama, how are you going to be able to tell your nipa now company now sign a contract and they say omo menti still no.
Okay. And those who introduce
me Ghana have introduced me de me number nchiro
but I'm forcing ka wo de to aponche baby na
aponche me na Man United no me nyoma me nu na me wias me hia me apart from Yankopon Kotoko and Man United they will be beka bia mente
said dey be mo wani je no university ho ye obi nya na ni je o bottles obi su nya na ni je o emapem obi su nya no football it is office o wani je she football ma you may want to invest there
obi su nya no ni nyinam
nani pan ho ye ndedo.
Okay, ED anyway about ED as you say ED Atlantic Ocean ED COVID-19. What is Frank Naro talking about? We Chelsea will sit down and look unconcerned for them to overtake us. Naro come again.
Where are ED?
As you are you. I don't do it. Okay, maybe upon the and so quickly. Upon the way from the UK, those who died in the May 9th game may their souls rest in perfect peace. But have we learned something from it? Clearly, the referee's decisions from the start provoked the fans to act wrongly. It's not just the so-called offside goal. The May 9th game is also a perfect example of my argument. You could see the players were strong and could play better under today's coaching philosophy. Their touches and the flow weren't entertaining as compared to today. Coach Bash's days to today looks more entertaining to me. Okay, that was all kind of no. Mami quickly, mami share Michael the Enso Kakra Ababiu. Football has been used as a political tool to express positions regarding an actual situation. There are some high offices like the President of Ghana, the GFA President, Electoral Commission Chairperson, which go with insults, criticisms, and lies, not excluding Asante Kotoko Chairman. Football and politics are twins. I repeat, if you don't have the heart to accommodate insults, criticisms and lies, don't get into football and politics. Also, if you want to know the background of your great ancestors, do politics. Being a Kotokov chairman goes with a whole of benefits, including your private businesses. Kumasi Asante Kotogo has made some people richer and more famous. Who knew BK Odisei, Herbert Mensah, Sylvester Asariwusu, Dr. KK Sapon, and others, including Dr. Kwame Chei. All right, someone was Asimbia Kafahwa, or is it Michael Babio, or the BIA controversial Baba, Nafi, watch him at the Amamo. Okay, Sanso and way free Kwesi Dichamso. Joe, when the government pays the salary of national team coach, the FA and the FIFA are quiet. But when the government opens its mouth, they say it's interference. And when the FBI raided their headquarters, they couldn't utter a word. Is this not a mark of a confused association? Kwesi Edwin Free Dichemso and Abba. We soon turn to some person can be here, but me at the Hunsem Abba. Abwajida Costa, Edwin Free Akoko Among, even if it's true that Latif and Nabila is joining Asante Kotoko, it will never scare a crowd to folk. Nana Kusi Achmacha there, we love every bit of your program. Keep it up. Atapuku is my godfather. Morino Fast Food at Onsu Station. The GFA should step in and deal with the pay cut issue, else it will get worse. Fabulous, the best. Yeba pay cut in Sense Quine Woman. The Ecoso Elmina Shacks, you know, Sentisa, meaning further checks are my NRA players 65%, general manager say 50%, the young comrade leaders are Martin so Modi Abba Odum Samuel, Nyankopa Cocoa buying. Limited Obuasi. The whole of Obuasi is with Kessben Sports. Happy birthday to myself. You wish you happy birthday Odum Samuel. Nem Obuasi for Esremwa Munja Muhusu ye papa. Na Njia Hodo Ampeni for their bano. Munisu kama. Why are they rushing to play football again? I can't even think far. Kofi Wefi Metro Apatrapa Poku Krum Emmanuel Ade Mununkum aka Nana Kwesi Lilo Dompasi Aprabo. I've really missed football. Can't wait to watch soccer again. Barumba head teacher Manso Actually DA Primary at Atapoku is too much. Reggie Rockstone Barbering Shop at Tosus Agogo. With the rate at which the COVID-19 cases are rising, I suggest we truncate the league. Yeah, but here na the
Sergio Ohinaku question. Ekobami is so much interested. I want to deal with it. She was on say infant say a truncate. Ohinaku. Oh, sir. Can you sober? Debbie Alcon. Okay. Oh, me tell
senior house master. Oh, you know, Kuso Baka Crabon, but you also me tell him features Kakra say, me tell him could be a Debbie Alcon. My ombre, and I say, okay, soft. Sorry, what can sort of buy? Or person who says be a truncated league in this year, when a bit to me African. Is it Adriana Kotokwana? Okay. Now I would want to handle that one. All right. Michael oh, you're interested. They are interested.
Vested interest. No, it's not vested.
Okay.
I think the matter of the law
is very important.
Put aside.
Okay.
For what you would call a very populist acclamation. So you would need to set it.
All right. Mo Asimbia Subusa lawyer Admakwa Kwali. And kind of what the bad as of so busa and I near who knows it or my idea of Kumasa. Neither is ever wrong. Lawyer the way Jayu Nama Pia Sofu or some Papana was Rabanoso. Media, Menino or Biamamso. All right. Like infants Mahoda Ecoso and so Yamuna Kababium about midfield action Kessben 93.3. Assalamu alaikum Sajo and your beautiful crew. Until you travel, you won't know how much people how much love people have for you and your crew. Those who don't understand Chi are even regularly watching your show on daily basis, and some of us are now interpreters as you speak. We also try to interpret. We're looking forward to meeting you and your crew any day at WA. But sir, I wish the crew reserve this week's jerseys with your customized names and the station on it for us. Hey, just yes, moving on, Lampard should get us okay, what the influence here later. Yes, that's okay. Good morning. A player scored a goal. Take off his. Oh, yeah, I know that. And when she talk about Fede, the Lali, Senya, and John Ansan as reps from the Ghana Premier League to serve on the Autonomous League Committee, who agree with who agree that the league should be handed to an individual or organization. Thomas Partey is more serious and better than Michael Essien. We will be able to say Sir Cabis knew the BS is going to do here, but yo, please ask Baba Shai of the whereabouts of the match acclaimed Heart of Folks new bus. That was to hit our roads months ago. Osai OJ from Plains. Good morning, Joe. I want your panelists to answer this question for me. As a result, okay, we referee the hand to bar. Now we'll be at the amount. Okay. Good morning, please ask Atapoku for me if he has now received an offer. The last time he addressed the issue too smartly, but some of us are closely monitoring his every word. Efia the way free Adagumase, Efia Suka, the way free Adagumase and Abba. Okay, Sergio, please. Good morning. Kindly give your pundits enough time to discuss the foreign news. Sir, okay, yo, your kumpa foreign artist still a man for see, I and I can look at okay, the look I'm sorry, so busy I was a party look more serious and better than my closing.
It's something that has been discussed. Mr. Benedict of Joy and Sonny Sika Kono didn't come over.
Oh, be until the only free bar.
You see,
more serious as in what?
I don't know why.
I don't
know why. But you see, I'm saying the Brofum if be recency bias. We should be and then Nemasemna. Look. Thomas Partey no your bros. What is he doing?
Nowhere. Mismatch. Mismatch.
Mismatch. He needs time to grow.
Mismatch.
Michael Essien saw the biggest field in the world. He was the best there. Michael Essien was not just the best midfielder in France. He was the best footballer
in France.
Before Ofi Wako Chelsea. He was not just the best midfielder in France. He was the best footballer.
And when he moved as the most expensive player.
And don't forget that I just at the time when Mamadou Diarra was in the team.
I'm not for refuse some
When Diarra was
and Michael Essien was in the midst of Frank Lampard, Ballack, and look at the names. McLean.
He was the best.
Yet he was seen.
Utie Mourinho interview on starting 11. Utie Mourinho interview on who make his starting 11. Sergio, on mention first three no, when all your great the best generation you've had, I found 1998 squad no. This generation of money Champions League, Sergio.
But I think CK was smart in his answer. Trying to
look. You can say Michael Essien for whatever reason from 2006 AFCON now one battle. What do you say? A lot of Ghanaians had problem with the commitment to the national team. But Sergio, a bad quality of player, trust me.
The Bison.
Forget it, Sergio. I'm saying that technical quality. This is a player. Chelsea position man number man. Maybe on strike, and he does it with high quality of distinction. Look, forget about it. Absolute mismatch. It's not a subject for even for discussion.
All right.
What?
Now, I could say, Luna Sharks players in sense of no.
Players also insist.
Players insist 65%.
Players insist 65%. The players are insisting. Say, look, it's like you. They know how much they deduct from them taxes, but they are saying that. Per calculation on my end, 65% on my. So it's up to the management to come clear on that. Okay. So they are without necessarily putting out figures. You understand me?
Jeff, the most important thing of these things is Sebi, into play our sign professional contract on some fata. See a becker chain and secretary, sainty, ye perceive a to a ketu as to go and ask him poor. Into 50% no cry see you Nuzu Motiano. Did they discuss with the players? Absolutely no. For me, it's insults a player benante, Akobanko, I could do so Jena Ketua. No Obekona Ketuano. Even if you are going by almost 50%, what you mean who atofa afafa? I say anything. Okay. 7 previous. Omunyem kwadasa ene yo musika eti Elmina Sharks for na de no moye is simply unacceptable. Even if it is 10%, you would have to negotiate. Okay, we have said this time and again. And they almost makobo PFAG for na manie ebi a player there odine nimba says o bebisa penya sema ne bube fukura ma yakoka se omu ade ne yakọ suspend no. I'm sure when the PFAG ask them questions, they will offer the answers. All right. For me, it's unfortunate.
Good morning, sir. Thanks for the marvelous work you're doing on COVID-19. Is it true? It is true that Obuasi is doing massive testing. Obuasi alone has done more testing than Mali as a country. According to the executive director of AGA Medical Foundation, Obuasi has tested over 12,000 people as at yesterday. So this is no surprise at all.
That should be the highest of any district, even in Ghana. That should be the highest. That's huge. That is
only get
very
to know somebody has the virus when you test.
Without testing, how will you know? Especially when we are asymptomatic. It's rather good.
The only way to fight it is
it's rather good.
The whole testing
America figures. America figures just started to say cost power when they start doing more aggressive.
Testing now, none of the testing last.
Why?
You never know. You never know.
Okay, other stories.
On the law. And money is clear.
To what?
Asante Kotoko had the benefit of playing in Africa because there was no league. There was no league.
Which of the Africas?
The one prior to the normalization one.
Okay.
Because there was no league.
Yeah.
And that's what the law says.
Yeah.
But in this current climate, there is an active league. So it is not like first, no. The ESCO has the power to determine who goes. How are we ending the season? So now we look at the points per game.
Question on a certain premise.
Because of what had happened in the past.
Question and say you can league anymore. Who goes to Africa?
Great.
That's the question.
2 ways. And the arbitrary league. Null and void. In that case, there was no league.
Yeah.
So the inclination will go back to the strong argument for Kotoko, based on year prior to normalization. But if we are cancelling the league, it means baby drew now, you manage now and then cancel it. See, I'm only voided here. Then you would have to use the current standards.
Atana, Adia okay. If OSHA scenarios now are different.
Which one?
The precedent that you refer to with respect to Kotokono and the current situation are different.
That's why the law can't apply.
Exactly. See, right now, no, we have set up a certain structure. They determine whether or not club will be any clubs and same. That's the school. Until Omono Kase Yechema, on what grounds would you be, unless you are making a personal request, as happened with Kotoko? So we'll be asked to inquire the FSC. And on more, I mean, FA Emrano echo beyond echo constitutional because this will be our acquire or be joining associates will be sick number call Africa one a best everything has stopped me. They wouldn't stop you. It is a who free say Obekwa but when they make that decision, the decision affects everyone or every club that is involved because we are part of the association. Then you have to abide by it. But when you put in a request, say despite this decision, me percent still me Africa. They say as long as MA or burden. But then the question too you would have to ask, they say CAF as it is now, even confederation near ya bokra nya monwe and determine the obey winner as at now. So would there be Africa? That is the next question. So till we find out, say Africa no CAF Crab organizes such a competition. No, I mean I think as at now it is too early for us to be debating.
A very important question, Abuja. Would there be Africa? Now say Africa Crab Baswa. Quite baby, because problems are Ghana go through. No, so will be Africa.
But the entire question when you too early and say you drew pointer, you agree who say illegal. You tremor na you to us. Okay. Now say who tremor? There are questions you would have to address. To say the Burkina Faso, ikra omu diemo, omba bontin because omu ko represent omu last season. Omu nebeko. Angola ikra ni diemo no. You cancel. And then you make certain decisions. Yekem no relegation, no promotion. Yekem we na League and now be League. You need to do that in your decision. So for me, it is the right time for these questions to be addressed. And you see, this is Loyanto Fianco. The legendary Loyanto Fianco made a statement last year. Say, "Baby Emrawon, yana adwenkyerɛ nya adwuma." Yemnya premises ne right. Adriana J League 2016-2017. I mean, a simple 2017 OMJ. 2018 and a NAS MIA Ghana League. Then 2019 and a ball NC tournament. And a Kotokoji or the Africa. Then 2020 and a Corona the Abedru baby Edri. Now the thing say fan say na see a cancel your league now. The obvious question is that your league here ya 18 teams. First round crazy about 17. So far about 15. It be about 14. Is it enough grounds to use the boy? See a big so I can say we na champion now. Clearly no. League more half of crane we there. Untumi fanyina so can say we league champion. And if you cancel it, be to say the announce time now, you bodru baby na you cancel announce there no. No. So using this league table, the current league table, to determine who wins the league and go to Africa is not applicable and it's not practical. Okay. Then you go back to CAF regulations. CAF will say Obi Edge League, not the subsequent season, no. Ya mo liga ni oba besi na nine no. Otumi de ono aba mani ba besi na nine. And Article 7 we inquire silent on it. That is Article 4 Clause 7. 4-7 no. Say you my main kind for the benefit of this argument. A short. Or say if for any reason the National League of a federation was stopped for more than a year, the federation in question cannot engage any club in CAF Champions League. Sebibinti last year one more, the next year one month twice 2 seasons are. South Federation untumi mfo obi ama. So one man twice 2 seasons are. South Federation untumi mfo obi ama. Enti se na Ghana ye gitum say NC tournament in any league. Let's see if the day we decide that the NC tournament near boy akotoko J tier 1 Ashgo J tier 2 no. Se akokasa in league na ye gitum say in league. As a trend say last year ya mo league. As a trend say announce the no so ya mo league. Na chese Ghana ye ntumi mfo obi anko. Nemum, if we say the NC tournament is a legitimate tournament which can send somebody to represent the country in Africa there, then who was the champion of that tournament? Because clearly, and the answer sir, you bet my friend say a league and a competition it may qualify for Africa is already been answered because Kotokoni has go they used to that competition at the Aqua Africa. So per our current standing, see I can see a league in the Pepe as a trend say either Kotoko or Ashgold represent Ghana in Africa or nobody goes. Because the moment you say NC tournament in your league into young Ghana for 3 seasons since Adriana won the league in 2017 year more league Article 7 disqualifies Ghana from bringing a representation in Africa. Okay. Into 2 things. Either nobody goes or it's either Kotoko or Ashgold who could represent Ghana in Africa.
I see.
On premise that the NC tournament is a tournament that is legitimate enough for us to send the champion there.
Okay, current league standings cannot be used since some teams have played more than others. Uncle, please don't. Okay. I won't mention your name. Elimina Sharks management, they didn't consult the players for the pay cut. I have spoken to a lot of the players. They are angry, Papa, and they feel disrespected. Okay, the players said it's 65%. Okay. The events here. I'm kind of that was na udina ambassador mebono. One here na makobo. Please kindly ask the lawyer for me. Thank you. Please, during the announced expose, it was confirmed that referee Suka collected bribe and awarded a dubious penalty to Hearts of Oak in the 2016-2017 league. Can Asante Kotoko contest that case in court for the match to be cancelled from the record books in Ghana football? As a lawyer for me. Now, see, me say official Kotoko lawyer. Now, Kotoko consult to a lot of legal matters, or say possible. Say, Mumpany for say, Odia Semu Yuko court. Ne on one van compare you, was in free record books. In free history, Ghana football history, in free.
Can say again? Let me repeat. I do not work for Kotoko, but the mechanic say I choose to work for Kotoko when I have to. And he say, "Meshena say I am pesa meboa. The minti meboa so no my friend say minti.
Okay, why?
What I can say is the discretion of the club. But see, they be may catch a client say, "Enya sembiana yedi achiko court." You go there only to waste your money and your time.
Okay.
And yes, now what matters most is the obvious truth, which was that BBC and the AC in Tina Ekobasa. So regardless of how Hearts of Oak sees it, Obianim says that day I was at the stadium. I sat very close to the scene. And me kai how I'm a tiemu, and that evening we call CTFM called tiemu said it can never be a penalty.
Okay.
At the end of the day, posterity has judged, and Obianim said a draw. And that's how I take it, because a draw.
Okay.
And I don't think it would be necessary for us to waste money to go to court on a trivial matter as that.
Okay. It is just a simple bridge. Remember how advise your clients is a more court.
Oh yes. If you see, Adeba kwa Ghana Hanum Union and they say, and ye bibiana a court. There are certain matters that you can mediate.
Yeah.
So there are certain matters you can easily mediate. I say Joe, many a penny na me no na yenyesika sem ho issue ana me boa fum se me court.
Yeah.
Ebia metimi adwan to penny bia wo fere no. Na waba. Na ono atena se. Na matoto sem na asem de na asem ko.
Okay.
So na why say awie no na se oni akọ no endi ne bo share so a. Yes, na you move further. Until the entire ama courts are choke bebrebe
trivial issue.
I say how court near and also class. And just say when you want to mean can there. So and me mom there any client that comes to unless a idea
you got to management the bow horse any free history books that
is the same advice I'll give to them.
Okay.
Say me dear, I don't think I want to follow such a matter.
Lawyer Adumakun Accra, Waya Nadi Okumasi, and our back studio. Good morning, boss. Kudos to Frankie Naro, Sir Frankie Naro, for such an in-depth explanation. At least he's cleared my misconceptions. Greetings to Dr. Leet and Man Ghana.
Oh.
Okay. Mekade asemu free no ha. Oko kan sisi ya na ono de ono nkwa na wabuzion.
Oh, and there's a man.
Oh, look on
Savior.
Kongolo.
I wish you have water to move.
Una me ntu on was mauka. O fro
India penny mangana.
Onyori. All right.
Ada.
Yeah. My mouth away now.
Let's get two things right. there is a league in session, right? And yet, to say announced the football ended abruptly. There is a body that will decide whether the league should end and how. So they are not the same case. And Adana Minifred discuss here. Yede Emran Ebemu. So how the executive council agrees to end the season, or the Premier League agrees to end the season, will determine there is an active football in session.
Okay.
It's not like the previous case. There's active football. It's been suspended. And to say per se India, we would end it how? Based on a decision by the council. And then we will decide. And to any flat to say the Kotokone Ashanti good the other time.
Okay.
That's all we are trying to say.
Okay. Okay. The simple, sir.
No, the question was on the premise. The question is, say you cancel league. The premise has been set before the issue is addressed.
To talk.
Yeah.
The only way Kotokone Ashanti goes back to Makobo Africa is when the season is nulled and voided. It's the only way. Send a born cry.
Okay.
But if we are cancelling, it means we are ending the season abruptly. And until all the African nations, except my teams, and African, Burkina, they agreed who was going there. Burkina Faso, they agreed way they Africa. That's why we could be doing it. That's the template.
Okay. League in null and void. Yeah.
Yeah, because then they would use that to argue.
What then Mr.
So Kasaram Tiadi. You get it. What I'm saying is this: that you have no template from other places.
Now, even if we are going by the other places, it's same as what I'm saying. Angola for say you league you cancel. Enti omo mukosi ya 9 next season enko. Burkina same. You league baby yedru no ya cancel. Omo mukosi ya 9 last season no omonko because omo na calf article emo ekwan.
No che no ntiase. Also kase ya canceller. Na che say
there was a season.
Season no, yeah. But young kase null and void. Just say young fan say and secret ya mo.
Match was not played.
You see, I would entreat you to
get young cancel there. As a boy, but you cancel your term. But because null and void that just say and secret. Young fan can you was say.
But
in that case, as goal
I'm saying that in both cases, it's still applicable to this situation because when CAF says say. In a situation, you see Article 6 and they say or might be a more league. Okay? If a league is, and the moment your league is either truncated or cancelled, the spirit of the law says, "Why to my league and to me and ye or be a winning league ba na say the Oba last season on so the neighbor. Sano Muka.
Okay. In addition to Sir Franco Naro's submission on the CAF reps in 2018, at the time of the league. At the time the league was stopped due to the announced expose, Ash Gold and Midiema were tied up at the top with 27 points or 25. Midiema was on top and Ash Gold second on goal difference. Kumasi Asante Kotoko and Adriana were asked to represent Ghana in Africa. Adriana won the 2017 league, declined to go, though they won the previous league. Kumasi Asante Kotoko represented Ghana on the Confederation Cup ticket, leaving the Champions League. So what has changed today? That Adriana and Midiema have started complaining just on hearing people saying Kotoko and Ash Gold should represent Ghana in Africa. Opening my money. I don't know. So they aba. I don't know. Where should my money do? Eh, my money for now does.
Ebe bubi Afra.
The bubi so we are penny for power. We body never. We say they shouldn't deceive themselves. Obuasi 533 out of the reported 12,000 tested gives a percentage prevalence of tested cases at 4.4%. The national 5,127 out of 161,000 gives a prevalence of 3.1%. So the Obuasi picture is scary.
Yeah.
Leave my name out of it. for confidentiality sake. Okay.
I'm not going to send you a message.
All right, but me can you record Ibrahim?
Yeah. I don't know. He couldn't check no umbo. So students in the front, he could check. No, what's good never friend check. No, he could. I'm not your house master.
Oh, okay. If you have free one of the dinner tono. We want to know check. No. Yeah, already even from me can't see as students in the friend. Oh, okay. If you have me free okay, so no. Nobody check no more. You want some doors no. But the Antuaso and see the Ampenifoso the Abraham. No, my name is a comment you are Jefferson Mintunga.
So you a quick to it. Yeah, you see that article says in the Case Siamo League
your bossing some still a scary.
Yeah, it is. Say a broad national rate.
Yeah,
a bossing rate, no broad national rate. So everybody should be worried.
And seriously. Where the penny pow and actually so me can say or was that testing brain
there's lack of discipline.
Yes, scary papa. You
carefree life no is what they must watch.
Okay.
So you know make that article 6 now the previous Kotoko used to call in. Okay, or say and yet even or say the league champion or say they are very representing your mind the previous competition.
Okay.
They'll represent a country. No. If for any reason the National League of a federation did not take place, the federation in question has the right to submit the participation request of the same clubs engaged having played the National League from the previous season. And it still goes to confirm what I'm saying. Maybe we only have to wait and see.
So you see, you said if the National League did not take place, that's what the null and void is.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. That when we say this league did not take place, then it means that we go by the previous one.
If you cancel it,
only contingent.
If you cancel it, it will create a different.
They only get the right to ask for that when there was no league.
Yes.
If there is, the executive council must decide how we are going to end the season because it is based on sporting merit. Confederation in the bread. It's based on sporting merit. What have you done this year? What will BB? You get it?
Okay, Naro and his jealous Manchester United cannot hide under a cloak of caring for lives to fool anybody. For them, clearly, it doesn't matter whether they are placed on the log after their wishy-washy performance. All that matters to them is to see the Giants' classy performance go unrewarded. It's a straightforward decision. It has anti-Kotoko and Ash Gold. Media Bomidin. The
first part of the message in the opposite.
Okay.
Yes, me. The executive council, they are smart. I foresee them. I mean, doing the null and void. And Sergio, is because you see, you don't want to create a situation and a rumor about creating problem especially when it comes to matters of the law, because you'll be taking that cancellation is not the same as null and void. So they will do the obvious. They will do the obvious and make sure they avoid legal landmines or Mwankasa. So on Vesamika Asam on the message, I think you received a message in relation to Obi Omombabe Rani Kotokono.
But we quickly.
They become more.
For that time now, okay. Franco Naro deserves to be dedicated. Today's program should be dedicated to Franco Naro. He dealt with the African representation matter better in all aspects. He's a genius with such issues when facts are to be dissected. He's my man of the day. Alaji Mama, Asalia, Efura, Wenchi, Bandaline, and then Watara Mamuda birthday. Nkoro Nyakopo on Saya remind 10 on for we bring kan wodi wom na sika wom na koso na boa ya dasi e shirawo I mean shramrao. So and then I say no, because football related issues, especially referring decisions do not go to court. Okay. No, because football related issues, especially refereeing decisions, do not go to court. And there is your match commissioner. No, they Abba and so
these days you'll be better still also.
Okay. It doesn't mean that somebody cannot test the law by sending it to the court. You might never know, and thank God the lawyers here. You might never know the kind of judge that will, sit on that particular case, or might admit that.
That's it.
So they say, and will become a president. So why do we have presidents as a major source of our law reforms? So they say, and then the decision that is because of that's NCDA and ABC. So you might never know. I mean, Obi Betimia testy. Yes, for now you know, but Obi Betimia testy, and then you have a judge who will be interested. You want to listen to it.
Determination, and the Derek Granny a case in a GK case. Only GK Manu case. Yes,
but that's a GK renew.
No, we know.
Post program calls the referees were so much interested.
Oh, okay. It was like a farm view.
So I mean, it is. You see, it is true, sir. Me maka and meka bium. Obi enu obeka se oba kotokwa. Obe rani asandi kotokwa. Either in a capacity as a board chairman or a board chairman, a CEO of the club or a general manager of the club. Obeka se na time a oba kotokono, anytime a okono. Na a kwaya faso ni muno pepepe.
Yeah.
Debbie. And I'm faswa relationship with Kotoko amount opportunities it will never be the same. Maybe open doors be more proud to come into Kotoko now but it doesn't mean that. But
on the latter part of the buy also Kotoko made some rich people more famous. Okay, but you rather said Kotoko made some people richer and more famous. In terms of make kind of a mistake. Or make them say Kotoko made some rich people more famous.
Brilliant. So because because for instance, I mean like I make a big head to say, yes, you before Ghana had those days, I mean in the 60s, you one of the finest, I mean type of wealthy people in Ghana. So they are here. So he was known in certain quarters, but now you're more popular because of the association with Asante Kotoko. That is a matter of fact. Dr. Kessben, for instance, I mean, he's then had handled Cocoa Board as a CEO, GNTC. So there's a GNTC. Yeah, GNTC. Ghana National Trading Company, yes.
Okay. Like the oil refinery.
No. That time, GNTC was the only GNTC.
I know the Ghana National Trading Company.
Yes, trading company, yes. Handled before, I mean, the issue about TOR. Tamari refinery. So yes, he was known in certain circles, but Kotoko made him more popular. So what I'm gonna say, more popular, which is a matter of fact. I said, brother, Dr. Kamichi, on only business circles, then your man in now for people will know him, but maybe a Sandy Kotoko didn't do.
Yeah.
And look, for instance,
very true.
From where or no Etiano, brother Kamichi, today you can walk to chief of staff office. You have no idea. And you have access to opportunities because of executive board chairman of Asante, being executive board of Asante Kotoko, and also who the club owner is.
No, mention them. Mensa.
Yes.
Kofi Mensa.
For the popularity and opportunities here, Kotoko debate more. So they are chained before, but I know a matter of fact. Because the only problem I had was that who knew you know. That's why I had a problem. But in terms of popularity, privilege, opportunities in the mother's Kotoko have made all of them popular and some of them more wealthier. Better opportunities. And said, it's not only Kotoko. After that, post Kotoko Krano, acquire baby amount. Post Kotoko.
Yeah.
And so you look at post Kotoko, Omombe Kotoko, post Kotoko, the opportunities that they have.
Yeah.
What do I say? I mean, today, Sylvester is now Bantu Mahini.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? You look at Dr. Kessben now, the position are holding, there's a GNPC, Herbert Mensa. So, and then we are in Professor Kwame post Kotoko. What happened to him? But the opportunity and man in terms of business.
But the Kana Simbu, so I say politics, no. Into a basa man for Bashua. No, because I know the negative side. Okay,
I say me can send me
the positive in a woman. A super warm be Kotokode had to book Nadiano.
I say a diamond
upon the footballer can want to me a cassette to
you dare not.
Another daughter Yahuta Maklu.
Usru. Yeah, Usru. Yes. Also, your man, dog upon the me can send me. Among many things, as I'm back on me can say, way a different terrain on you used to. This is a terrain and Krofakuma assembly kind football ukran Krofakuma and San Krofo any happier. So you Santa mommy emotionally traumatized no. Until later Akuma Buffet. Now this football club like a religion. Krofo worshiping. So a bufomono ombeke kan sema unti bi crowd wasumda. But so nyanti I said the new board our mobile very wealthy and renowned people. They must understand that a can football no. So before you take the decision, so tia say a jumano and kanwa enye complete. Terrain obey the and your landmines no. Obusu for oba o medical records cry eshe baby obinti da beba. Say you kabi odi o baby o kagari ko odi bi obi betimi aka. Ebufu when people are angry they say all kinds of things. Enti obefe adwuma no eso nyanti ase say adwuma no ehun niam bi a enko yi afin bi a wo muso ni. Na waji asa na oba enti oba na ya you are already aware until you are able to accustom ho. So they say adjust. So policy say you na nanado Prosamils nanado. Ghana ha oka nipa mienu a I was over the last 2 decades. Ye did your nipa inside your temo Ghana pa Prosamils nanado question yes. So and I do one of my fashion so football politics say you I don't know and what career back on no opompo do when you're interested where is a Frank Nero Ben was an option baby. Aha.
All right. The fact is that the decision taken by a referee can't be contested in court. That's why they punish referees for misconducting themselves. If you remember Ovrebo, referee Kalana Ekaiwe,
I think, Sergio, we should not create the impression, say, Untimi Fanko Court under the Constitution, Obia, a home quine, so what they asema of free say, a here, Embramun Chechemu, a court. Now make us ask him where I'm saying, my bet now, a man for sure, and I make us a mania. Text from our bosses is here. Honorable Dangote send them a text. Mr. Driama, former city hotel manager. Also, so I send them a text. They say, almost a man can't say, Obo Modena, Accra, Ninano. They say, I'm on Accra radio stations in terms of sports. Everyone tune in to. And I tap Honorable Dangote send me can't say, we're any favorites, even though. On support to a club now, support to
okay, enti yadi si ha opaki mamincha. Opaki or the filabe. Family movie, away over Boabica crowd, Koyene Crossroad. So, but Miss Mitchell Paki. Now, police can name me who police can see Michia Smith, Michio Bia, or Paki Miso, Minka was and bonnet da. We nipa. In fact, I man in the camera for America. Oh no, man, camera for
Sergio, I have to rethink about your postcode as a general. Because a general does not behave in this coward manner.
Quickly, Obagian watch ya,